Wanna get rock, Delusional. Wow, what a singer!
Woo!
Oh, Delusional!
Delusional. Oh, Delusional! Ah, damn.
Mate, that...
Oh, that sweat is awesome. Such a beautiful range. The philosophical lyric drop. That is awesome. This is so powerful. What the heck? It is so fantastic.
Yeah, I want to see how they came up with this, actually.
This is actually so interesting because...
Oh, Dystopia is this one. No, that's not the one. I want Delusional, mate.
I actually have such an interesting perspective in this particular song because, yeah, the lyricism is quite philosophical. You have the whole idea of standing against the system and, you know, believing in your true dreams and things of the sort, and, you know, a little combative. But the combat feel actually is very much with that harder rock essence of it, and then that chorus is so major. That chorus is such a bright spot in the whole composition, and I love that they repeat it so often because it is coming from a moment of enlightenment in chaos. It's actually such a brilliant juxtaposition of what the lyricism is actually trying to strive for. It's beautifully composed.
I guess it makes sense as well on why it would be sort of brighter on a brightness scale towards the chorus, because they are talking about illusions, right?
Yes.
Or disillusions per se. So I actually didn't notice that he's saying we're all fucking illusional.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to be more, it could be delusional in a bad sense or delusional in a good sense, right? That you're willing to believe in something that other people do not deem real, or and that either does that mean that it's wrong, or does that mean that you're someone with a dream?
Correct. It doesn't mean that
or you can see with more than the other people's eyes can.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, this is gonna be mad cringy, but I was watching the Marvel movies, the hero movies, right?
Yes.
And there's a phrase in those movies. I was just rewatching, you know, like trying to be a child for a bit on a weekend, like trying to fucking turn off, right? And it was one of the lines. I think it's like Thanos, the big purple boy, and he goes like, his daughter blames him of being a psychomaniac, mass murdering, genocidal fuck, and then she tells him that he's like, well, I want to make the world be in perfect balance, right? And then she tells him, you don't know that, right? And then he says, I'm the only one who knows that, and the only one with the will strong enough to do so.
Yes.
Which is obviously he's a psychopath and he's nuts.
He was delusional.
But
actually, he had a delusion.
But in his world, that was the right thing.
Correct.
To avoid suffering. Mm-hmm. Correct. Nuts. But all I'm saying is,
world perishing.
But what I'm saying is, from whatever perspective you're looking at it, the hero is the villain and the villain is the hero.
Yes, well, okay.
You see what I mean? So it's the idea of like what's reality, what's good and bad.
No, but
what's delusion and what isn't.
No,
because
but can I just make something very clear for disclaimer purposes, for public speaking purposes? There is a very clear line between right and wrong. Okay, delusion, most likely a mental illness.
Yep.
However, in this particular perspective,
but what if? Because I'm looking at it through the perspective of the song. What if what you believe to be right is considered to be delusional in other people's minds?
Yes. No, I understand.
You know, you understand the point I'm fucking trying to make through Thanos. Maybe not the best example, but you know what I'm trying to say, because he says it here, like, why does it feel like I don't feel anything? I pray there's a future behind those walls, but maybe I'm delusional. Let's make a deal. Maybe he's also saying like I'm being too optimistic. Maybe I have hope when I shouldn't have hope. Maybe I have hope to, and I have the will to fight when maybe I'm fighting a losing battle.
This is very anti-establishment, which I actually, like I said at the beginning, it feels very much 2009, 2010 rock,
let's make a deal. Pretend this bastard democracy is just how we want it, and we're not exhausted.
Correct.
You know?
So this is very anti-establishment.
I bet some people feel like that now.
Refreshing.
I bet some people will feel like that even now, even further now with like, because it's like some of the biggest elections happened this year, right? Politically speaking. Worldwide, like you had the UK ones, you had obviously the US ones. I don't know what other ones happened, but they're obviously pretty big ones. I wonder what's happening in Japan as well that maybe made him sort of like, because Taka always writes stuff that
is very socially aware.
Because he's seen like the best and the worst, out of his own people, out of his own society.
I love that chorus though. I love that chorus in ways that it is so bright. It is so fantastic, and obviously you couldn't have picked a better voice for this. And before this, he started reposting and re-uploading some of his old covers. So he reposted a lot of like the Adele stuff.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And a few months ago he was also like, so I feel like he was trying to
bring a bit of that.
Bring a bit of like different sounds and perspective, because this doesn't sound like your usual One OK Rock, which I find really refreshing, because with every album and with every release there's something new.
Well, sometimes they've gone in that album where they have the 5 seconds of summer collab. It's like the Yellow album, not the Renegade album. They go like quite pop. They went quite pop rock.
Correct. So that's what I mean. Like with One OK Rock, it's actually quite exciting with every release, because there's something brand new.
We know that this happened in London.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a subscriber let us know. Actually, showed us his own video. They do this all the fucking time.
Yeah, they're so familiar. It's so funny to watch Ed singing in Japanese.
Bro has every language on lock.
Also, he's at the top of his range. Yeah. Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran tour. Bro is actually all over the world. Bro's been singing in Japanese, in Hindi, in fucking Spanish, English, Italian.
Oh yeah, Conte.
Yeah, dude. Ed Sheeran is collecting languages like the Infinity Stones.
Which is kind of cool, though. That's what music is about.
Correct.
I love the unity that brings people together in music, and I support Ed Sheeran for so many reasons. But the fact that he's so internationally involved.